All right. APA uses a title page. So I've gone through, this is what to do, what to include on your title page. You'll notice that this is centered vertically and horizontally, and the title, only the title of the essay gets bold. And in case you're curious, the title page doesn't count towards length either. Here's what it's going to look like. So here's my paper, Left in the Cold, a causal analysis of the Texas power outage. And here's all that information. So this is the title page. And then, there we go. We're ready. What's going to happen here? This first paragraph is our introduction. What's going to happen in the introduction? This is going to be a tell paragraph. I want to make sure that the reader knows my purpose in writing, my main idea. I want to sprinkle in some of those signal words that we looked at in previous lecture, and as well, we want to end with our thesis statement, and in between, it's important to include background information. Why? Well, the reader might not know much about your event, condition, or set of circumstances, so that's important to drop in there. Here we go. Many Americans will remember the winter of 2020-2021 for the COVID-19 pandemic. However, for Texans, a more memorable event occurred in February 2021 of that winter when a severe storm roared across the Great Plains and into the state. Its extreme temperatures quickly overloaded Texas power grid, causing 40% of the state's electricity generating capacity to halt. So boom, what do I have there? I have some research. There's my citation. What is that? That is a paraphrase. Why did I not cite that previous sentence? Well, I already knew that. You don't cite your own thoughts in your own words, just what comes in from your research. This outage was the consequence of a series of failures, as Nate Gehe writes. Right, so what do we have here? Pumps used to extract gas in West Texas could not operate because of the electricity outages. This cut state gas field production in half, which in turn strained gas-fired electricity production. That is a direct quote. And you'll notice this is my narrative. This is my signal phrase. Gotta have it. To further worsen the problem, piles of coal froze, making them unable to be pulverized and burned. So you'll see I'm pulling in from the articles, dropping them into my introduction here as part of the background information, citing as I go. And wind turbines froze, and instruments at nuclear and coal-fired power plants iced over, shutting them down. So what I've done, I've told you my main idea. I hope you've heard those signal words, supplied you with needed background information, and now it's time to end with my thesis statement. Though the reasons for the Texas power outages during February 2021 were many, two main causes were deregulation, right? So there was my my event, condition, set of circumstances, signal words, deregulation, and the failure of its electricity council, resulting in proposed changes to the power grid. There we go. What do we call that? Yes, you should know this in your sleep by now. The rule of three. Topic one drops down to become the topic sentence. That's why we did that outline. One of the outage's causes occurred almost 20 years before the storm arrived, when Texas deregulated its power industry in 2002. So there we have it. When it was regulated, expensive safeguards and accountability measures were in effect. The reason for deregulation was the price of electricity. Texas officials valued inexpensive power more than reliable delivery. The power grid and power suppliers no longer had to provide standby features, redundant power systems, and other processes after deregulation. In addition, power suppliers were not required by law to winterize their equipment. Ooh, what do we have here? Did you notice that? Yeah, this was a direct quote, but remember, even when we have a paraphrase, we still have to cite that. So here I'm building body paragraph number one, comes from that first point, that first topic in my thesis, the rule of three. Nate Healy, notes, a clear outcome of this was frozen equipment. Notes that many have blamed the state's deregulated electricity market, arguing that Texas prioritized cheap power over reliability. Why is the author not listed at the end? Because author's listed in the narrative, also called signal phrase. Now what is it time for? It's time for our concluding sentence, which we already had written from our outline. Though there are many, one of the factors contributing to the power outage was deregulation. So I echo my topic sentence. This, again, a good way to think about your concluding sentence, and we'll continue going through and taking a look at the rest of the essay in the upcoming videos.